Hello, folks. I'm sorry if my, well, that's any better or not. I think I don't know if that's any better or not. Sorry about that, folks. I was trying to move some stuff around in here, but it seems like my head gets cut off. And that doesn't seem really good either, does it? Hi, hello, folks. This is Barnabas Häuter. Spelled and it's H-A-U-T-E-R, but it's pronounced like H-O-W-D-E-R. It's like saying chowder without the C. Anyways, I want to make a video in response to the Tovia singer, T-O-V-I-A singer, and a lot of stuff I've watched in the last few months on YouTube and the last year or two. And I feel these things need to be said. That's really important. And I've been a Philo-Shemite, Philo-Semite, since 1988. And it was the time I first learned about the evil of replacement theology, of hatred towards the Jewish people in the nation of Israel. And I got involved in Orthodox Judaism, Messianic Judaism, Biblical Judaism, as opposed to the Talmudic Judaism. I was never really truly much in the Talmud. I have read parts of it, not all of it. But to show you how Philo-Shemitic I really am, because I am, I like to show this. This is exactly what Tovia Singer shows in his videos. Now, I'm not saying I agree with everything that Tovia Singer says about in his videos. When it comes to matters of anti-Semitism and Jew hatred, I can totally relate to what he's saying. I can understand what he's saying, and I agree with him on that. And also, other things I like to show to promote when it comes to Jewish people in Israel and their right to live in the land of Israel, which is what we know to be true biblical Torah Zionism. I think this should be shown. Dinesh D'Souza made this interesting documentary last year. I like to promote this video and showing the importance of Israel and why it's important in prophecy. And of course, this one, which also I highly recommend people should watch. When it comes to matters about the importance of Israel and Jerusalem. Let's see what else I like to show. Oh, no, you don't. There. This is a must-see documentary. I think every person on YouTube should watch this. Well, it's an interesting, great documentary about the importance of Israel against replacement theology, why replacement theology is evil and needs to be dealt with, and anti-Semitism, anti-Israel, and anti-Zionism. What looks like on the back. A book inside here too about the Great Deception. I think everybody should watch this thing. Whoa! Wow, that was close. Everybody should watch this documentary. It's on YouTube. That's the DVD Blu-ray. And it also comes with a book too. Sorry about all this stuff that I'm kind of, I'm not tech savvy at all. I'm like Fred Flintstone in the 21st century. Here's the book I think everyone should read. This is a must read for everybody to read. I think every Christian needs to read this book and really do some deep prayer. When it comes to matters of the importance of Israel escaping the Great Deception, which has got to do with the Great Deception being replacement theology. This book just basically uncovers the evil of replacement theology and why it needs to be dealt with and addressed. Oops. Yeah, I'm sorry for the noise, folks. And another book I like to encourage people to read. I know some would say it's controversial. Why would you have a book by a Roman Catholic who's had connections to the Jesuits? But this guy really kind of shows the importance of Israel and the Jewish people, not in light of, also exposing the lies of Roman Catholicism, because replacement theology does come from Roman Catholicism, and it does. That's where it all started. Was an ancient it started with the Babylonians. Then it spread to other countries, and then the Romans, then Europe, the Roman Catholics, the Protestant Reformation. We're all involved in replacement theology, anti-Semitism, anti-Zionism, hating Israel, the Jewish people. I think this book should clearly be read by people, be Protestant, Catholic, or anyone Orthodox, or people who need to understand why this book is so important. And I think it should be read about the gift of the Jews. Our tribe, desert nomads, changed the way everyone thinks and feels. This was a book I read years ago. I think every person should read this book because of the importance of it. And now I'm sorry for disappearing at this moment in this video, but there's another thing I forgot to show in this video. I think it's important to show it too. Another video I think everyone should watch, and I recommend people should watch too. I'll take a moment break, and I'll be right back. Sorry for that, folks. And realize that being on video is not a good thing to get off a video so quick. I think the book and the video I recommend about how evil Roman Catholicism is. How Roman Catholicism embraced replacement theology, believed in anti-Semitism, anti-Zionism. Just like Tovia Singer talks about in his videos, and also the Israel guys, I like to mention them too. I think what they're doing is so important. And also Oliver with Jewish TV, and I think other people I can think of that also, like PragerU, Mr. Prager himself. When he did, I've read some of his works with Tovia, with Joseph Telushkin and his books. I would recommend people to watch this too. It really exposes the evil of Catholicism and its attitude toward Roman Catholicism towards Israel, and why that is so important. There's another, I'm sorry again for taking another break for a few seconds. I grabbed the wrong book I wanted to show, and that we'll know about why am I a Philo-Shemite since 1988, and why I've been pro-Israel and the Jewish people and the state of Israel, the right of the Jewish people to live in their own land, which I know to believe true biblical Zionism is. Since then too. I'll be right back in another 2-minute break. You know, maybe listen to that. All right, folks, I'm back. Oop. Sorry for the noise, folks. That I just got recently. It's really good. But unfortunately, it doesn't show on this video very well because I'm showing my. This is what I wanted to showcase today. And where I get my Philo-Shemitism, Philo-Israel, and Philo-Zionism, biblical Zionism. Right here. It's a great, wonderful King James Bible. I like the look of it. And on this side too. It's got a nice look to it. And it's comes to the King James Bible Museum. And I think everyone should go to this museum in Phoenix. It's in Cave Creek. Gary Rosarino and I always forget his name, but he also does videos on YouTube, as well as Elseth, that doesn't seem right. Oh, Häuter, that's it. And also Brother Howard, who's also involved with the King James Bible Museum in Cave Creek, Arizona. Did such a great job of making this Bible. I think everyone should go. I believe that one has influenced people to come to this museum, and knowing how wonderful to see a museum that would have such a Bible. I've been looking for it for years. And I really have been looking for this book for a long time. You know, it's amazing, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's got a great cover to it. Like the side of it. Even the print. This is actual Gothic print of the original King James Bible in 1611. It's amazing. And I'll show you what else it looks like in the front. Here we go. Just a remarkable Bible. I like the way that's got a nice feel to it. It's got the dedicatory, you know, all the stuff you can think of that's in here. And thank you, Brother Howard and Brother Gary, who helped to create the King James Bible. Holy Bible, 1611 King James Holy Bible. I think everyone should go to this museum in Cave Creek, Arizona. And someone said, "Why? This is why you're, Paul? Why you're a Philo-Shemitic, Barnabas Häuter?" Because not because of brainwashing, not because of any kind of what you call it, doctrinization, not at all. I learned this stuff on my own. Had nothing to do with being involved in any particular groups or organizations that influenced me to believe this way. And the reasons why, because I was circumcised. Literally, I was physically circumcised on the 8th day after I was born in 1968 in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois, by a Jewish doctor. I never knew this until years later. Okay, I thought these glasses are into sunglasses. What you're seeing behind me is the Bryan flag. And I probably wonder, why am I showing the Bryan flag? What is this guy part of the Illuminati? No. Is this guy part of the Nazi Party? No. Both those party organizations that came from Bavaria at that time, during those time periods, have ruined people's lives immeasurably, terribly. I would never get involved in secret societies. I would never get involved in any kind of society that thinks they can dominate, control the world by forcing people through force. I think it's just a wonderful Bible. I like the look of it. That's it, Howard Elseth, Elseth, Howard, first name, and Gary Roverino, I think it is. And they both were involved in creating this King James Bible. I encourage people to buy this Bible off the internet, kgvm.org. I think it's 1611. Maybe that's what I think it's. 1611 kgvm.org. That's brother Bryan, Bryan, Denlinger, Denlinger. He's another person that just totally shows the importance of the King James Bible, why the King James Bible matters. I encourage people to watch his videos. I think my life's been changed. I praise the Lord God, Jesus the Christ, who is fully Jehovah God, 100% in the flesh. That's so in Paul's letters. God came manifest in the flesh. God came in the flesh. God has come. God is coming in the flesh. And I think it's just shows the importance of why the King James Bible does matter. This whole Bible version issue has been going. I learned about the Bible version issue last year. I watched Bryan Denlinger's documentaries, his videos he's done, his sermons. I watched Ruckman. I can't forget what his name was. And also a woman that also did videos about the importance of the King James Bible. She also was friends with Bryan Denlinger. I always forget what her name was, but she wrote a book called The New Age Bibles. I think that's another book I haven't bought yet, but I do plan on buying it, and I would recommend people to read that too. Anyways, have a great evening. And I know this is a very long video, and thank you for watching this video. And a shout out to all the people that love Israel, love the Jewish people, believe in biblical, B-I-B-L-I-C-A-L, Zionism, and the right of the Jewish people to live in their own land, and every single part of it, Judea and Samaria and all that included. The sovereignty of Israel is a must, and needs to be dealt with and addressed. And all these people that hate Israel and hate the Jewish people, they have no idea what's coming to them when it comes to the judgment day of God. It's a serious thing, folks. It's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living God. I pray for people that more and more people will understand the importance of Israel. My ancestors came here back in the early 1700s because of being persecuted, for being called Anabaptists. They're not Anabaptists. That was a word the Lutherans and the Calvinists used towards my ancestors that didn't believe that were part of the didn't believe in Protestantism, or people would say the Protestant reformers. The thing is, though, if someone said, "Paul, are you Amish?" No, I'm not. I do have Amish ancestry. I do have Amish ancestors. I even got Mennonite ancestors. Am I Mennonite? No. Am I Amish? No. I do accept the fact that I do believe in certain things that I know what they believe in. And it is biblical. Anyways, hope you have a great night, and I'm Israel Kai, and Todah Rabbah, the Tovia singer, and all of those who contend for the faith, fight the good fight of faith, and never, ever let anyone convince you to hate the Jewish people and to hate Israel. There's a biblical mandate in Scripture why Israel matters, why the nation of the Jewish people matter, why the Hebrew language matters. All right, thank you so much and for watching this video, and have a great night.